do these prime directives help to govern the work a digital samurai does?
Well, they put constraints on what's possible, right? There's two types of problems, three types of problems. There's a complex problem and a complicated problem. There's simple ones too. A complex problem is raising a child. It's there's many variables. You can't plan it out. One child would be good at this, the other child would be good at that. It's not something that you can structure. However, a complicated problem is sending a rocket to the moon. And NASA can send that rocket within feet of where it wants to, because while it's complicated, it's quantifiable. It's math. So there is an answer. It's just complicated. So you can solve for complicated problems. So we made technology into a complicated problem by putting all these constraints that we're talking about it, using the best tool, making sure you're efficient. And that is the way to take friction out of what you're doing.
Well, and that's an interesting differentiation, Martin, complex versus complicated. So why is that important to understand?
Because if you want to move towards more frictionless systems, more efficiency, then you can't solve complex problems. So you have to make it a complex problem. So that means, for instance, the Doctrine of One says we have one place for communications, not two, one. It happens to be WhatsApp and WhatsApp desktop, but that means I don't have to think about where to look for communication if a client's trying to tell something or I'm telling them. There's one place to look for that. That is a constraint. So the more constraints you put, now, again, we've picked is it the best tool for the job? So we want to make sure that that's the case. But we have one place for communication, one place for notes, one place for files. And by putting constraints on all those things, you eliminate a lot of the friction because you've eliminated a lot of the choices. Einstein used to wear the same suit every day. Not the same one, he had 7 different ones. Because he didn't want to think about what clothing to wear. So that lowered his cognitive load so he could focus on, the big things that he wants to think about.